What is the woman's function in the church and the world? Let's talk about that. To ponder the question, what is the woman's function in the church and the world, would be like trying to ponder the question, what did God mean when he created male and female and told them to subdue and dominate the earth? The reality is, I believe that the church is straining at a gnat and swallowing a camel when it comes to this whole idea of what is woman's role within the church. The reason we're having this debate is because it is born out of a social understanding of a woman's place that has migrated to religion and other disciplines and come back out as the will of God. The will of God is quite simply seen in what God intended when he created man and women. His intentions are seen in the animal kingdom, in nature, and all its parts. You want to know God's will and what God thinks about the authorities or the functions of men and women and of creation, simply read the first 5 chapters of Genesis. One place in particular gets my attention that I think many people don't pay attention to, and that's in the book of Genesis, chapter number 5, where the Bible says, in the day that God created them, he called their names Adam. It wasn't until sin or until Adam received Eve that there were some changes in the nuances as to how we perceive Eve or woman. To suggest that a woman is no longer capable because of an initial sin would also suggest that neither is man capable, because did not he sin as well? What we've confused are 2 things. First, where God says to a woman that her desire shall be unto her husband, and that he's going to rule over you basically all the days of your life. That does not mean that you've lost functionality. It doesn't mean that because of your sin, you've undone the capacity that I created you with. What it does suggest is that there's going to be some rules and he's going to be responsible this time like it should have been the first time. After all, did not God give him the commandment? So you might add that man is sort of punished and reminded, you're responsible. I've given you the edge, but that doesn't mean I've taken away her capacity. The second place we should look at when considering this issue, what is woman's role in the church or the kingdom, that a woman can have any position or function that dare threatens his perceived or real authority. It's kind of an egotistical thing. I liken the relationship that man should have with women unto that God has with angels. I've heard it preached over the years when God said, let us make man in our image, that he was talking to Jesus. He was not talking to Jesus. Sounds nice, sounds mysterious, sounds deep, but it is not accurate. He was speaking to the angels. They were there. What did he mean by let us make man in our image? First of all, the word is plural, images. The images represent not just a physical capacity, it also deals with relationship. What was and what is the relationship that God has with angels? God is sovereign. God is definitely number one in heaven, as Lucifer found out. But God also has a relationship that represents his image. And that relationship is that he has with angels. He delegates authority to them. And when they walk the earth, they walk as God himself. They come as true ambassadors without limits based on the assignment. That is the relationship. The word images means the functional relationship that I have with you. Let us also create that whole concept. As angels work as co-agents with God, over creation and in creation, so also shall Eve. That's why she's the mother of all living things, as Adam appropriately sees. Adam approaches Eve from the perspective of a function, and he sees no limits. She's the mother of all living things. How so? She hadn't had a baby as of yet. Matter of fact, she was born out of him, but yet he sees her function. He sees her capacity. He honors it. He does not repress it. He does not diminish it. He does not stifle it. He does not control it. He honors it. He gives it a title, and he elevates her. Be careful, brethren. As you suppress the woman, you're suppressing a most important function that God created, not in the church first, but in the world. In all thy getting, get a good understanding.